Hi Kiwi, we are back at another episode of Hades. Here's our mirror setup for the day. We are going to be taking the aspect of Zagreus on the bow. We are going to be hunting for charged volley because we apparently still don't have that despite being over 100 runs into the game. To just complete our fated list of minor prophecies, we need a 18 heat bounty. So let's see, let's go ahead and max out jury summons. We'll take maxed out benefits package and middle management. We can easily take a level of approval process, not approval process, oh gosh, right deadline, there we go. And then we need one more level, so why don't we go ahead and take one level of hard labor. I'm not going to get a hit that often on the bow, I'd like to think. We are going to be going an Artemis build, since the Zagreus bow gives us a base 15% extra crit chance on our attack. May as well double down into that if we can. And there she is to start the run.
I'll be looking out for you. If you don't mind, of course.
Absolutely. All right, so of course we're not offered her attack, but her dash strike is still really good on the bow because dash striking is what you always want to do with the bow. The bow charges faster when you dash strike, significantly faster. So if I don't dash, this is how long it takes to charge. If I dash strike, it's way faster. So you basically, whenever you're running the bow, you want to dash strike almost all the time. And as long as you're taking greater reflex, you always have, or whatever the mirror perk is that gives you an extra dash, you always have that extra dash to get out of dicey situations. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm also taking Companion Mort, Thanatos' companion, because I want to upgrade every one of the companion keepsakes and use them at least once before we switch into the it's only Sisyphus or it's only Meg runs that are definitely how I would favor running this weapon, or running our Chthonic keepsakes, but I want to at least give an appreciable shout to the less optimal, but still nonetheless very much appreciated gifts of our brethren, our Chthonic brethren, although I guess Achilles and Patroclus aren't exactly Chthonic, you know what I mean though. A palm on the dash strike is always great because it scales pretty well, and since I'm always dash striking, it's just flat damage. The fun part about it is attack damage scales with dash attack. So no matter what, attack damage is objectively the best option you can get, but getting more dash strike is still pretty much going to be most of your attacks, so it doesn't matter that much if you miss out. Delicious. All right, 60% more damage on the dash strike. That's a nice 10% extra. Here's our first hammer. Hopefully we find our charged volley. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes, just for completion's sake. I definitely don't see the Zagreus bow as being an amazing special build sort of bow. But if we get point blank shot, if we get double strike, if we get, or not double strike, double attack, triple attack, point blank shot, those are the ones we want on the bow for this sort of build, because that'll just significantly up our damage. Look, we're already critting for 323 damage from a back attack. Pretty nice. You were blending in with the pots there, sir. I did not recognize you. Piercing volley, twin shot, explosive shot. Twin shot it is. We have reduced range, but we do basically double damage now, which is perfectly fine in my book. I don't really need a fish, so I'll skip that. Let's go to... Can I afford something? We didn't take convenience fee. Yeah, we took hard labor, so I can afford an 150 coin boon, which is going to be Ares. Do I want Ares? We could go for hunting blades. Hunting blades is always nice. Sure, we'll do that. Alternatively, our attack inflicts doom. I don't think that's worth taking over the Artemis attack. We are not offered what we want, but I guess Battle Rage will be kind of fun, because if we kill something and we crit on our next attack, we do 100% more damage without the crit, and then we do 300% more damage with the crit. All right, do I do this? I do this. It's an early Charon.
Hey Charon, want to fight?
But I'm running the bow with double shot, or twin shot. I have to be careful because Charon can hit us with some pretty hefty hits, but I think I'm fine.
Whoops.
This is a good chance to use Thanatos. I'll wait till he's in a predictably held still spot, and let's see how much damage this does. Oh, that's a huge AoE, Than.
Don't die.
Oh. Okay, it hit him. For a second, I'm like, did it miss? I thought he bailed out of it just in time. Whenever he's standing still like this is my chance to really DPS on him. And then when I see him dashing at me, that's when you know he's going to do his big sweeping attack. So that's when you really need to, like, bail out. All right, that's phase one. We did take a meaty hit. He 3-shots us, so I do have to be kind of... Oh, my goodness, his range. That was a 60 damage hit. All right, he's going to give us some free back attacks, so we're going to take those very gladly. I need to be careful about this pattern in particular, because... Oh, my goodness, how did I not get hit by any of those, but get hit by the boar swing? All right. I'm struggling a little bit, but I've got his patterns now. He's not on forced overtime, so if I just focus on DPSing on him, keeping my cast stone on him as much as possible... It's fine. Okay, we're good. He's summoning more things, which means I get more free damage on him from back attacks. I am making sure that I'm positioning for back attacks. I'm also the order of those little skull attacks that come out is always the same. It goes top, left, right, bottom. So if you time your dodges and don't spam them, you can pretty freely. He's going to use his swing. Oh my goodness, he changed his pattern entirely. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. I guess it's only in that phase, maybe. Whatever. There we go.
Phew, mate, you are tough.
Ooh, what did we get updated in our
My
codex?
membership is renewed.
I'm curious. Darkness? Maybe it's Charon's. It must be his little, yeah, his loyalty card. I guess we get, yeah, learn more by collecting more loyalty cards. Oh, and actually, there's more to gain by learning by collecting red onions. Okay, interesting. I didn't realize that. So I guess there's still more to unlock in the codex. Who would have thought? Of course, we're going from Charon into a mini boss, which is just mean. Game, why? That's just mean. All right, we'll just focus down one at a time. But at least when he's using his pattern normally, Charon will position, or those skulls come out, that skull beam attack, or wave, I guess, comes out in the same orientation, and that's why you saw me only dashing one at a time.
Hello, Zag. Fancy running into you. There's no need to work yourself so hard, you hear me, yeah? I reckon this should take the edge right off.
I'm not super into Dionysus on this run, but I guess the one thing we could get from him is premium vintage. Alternatively, I set myself up for his duo with Artemis, which will increase our crit chance, but I don't want to take Trippy Shot and I don't want to take his attack. I would take his special gladly, or even his call. His call is great. His call does so much damage, but I think we'll take premium vintage for now.
How about another?
That's 25 HP every nectar we get, and a palm level every nectar as well. So that just gave us a nice extra bit of damage. Actually, it didn't hit. What did we hit it? What did we hit with that? Oh, it must have hit Battle Rage. So, all right. Well, every time we kill an enemy, we're dealing more damage, even more so now. You know how I said I wasn't worried about dying? Fortunately, Charon has hurt us pretty badly. The biggest downside to Twin Shot is the range reduction, but it's still, you still have a lot of range, so I'm not going to complain too much. I think as long as I position it correctly, maybe get an extra dash from Hermes instead of prioritizing damage in that front, I think we are more than safe, more than capable of doing heck tons of damage. And oh my goodness, I just wiped out an entire swath of enemies with that one shot. That felt good. Like the run's gonna be a little dicey early on, but I think we can easily salvage this. The one thing I'll have to be careful about is probably the heroes. I feel like I'm gonna be prone to taking some pretty meaty hits from Asterius if I'm not careful. The question is, will we actually see the reason why we are hunting for hammers in the first place this run, or are we gonna say, well, it'll show up eventually amidst the many hammers that can be offered by the bow pool of the Daedalus hammers? Will we see the one that we specifically came hunting for? It will only show up on Hera or the Zagbow, so I figured we don't really often run the Zagbow. I'll go that route today. Hera is my favorite bow in the game, after Rama, I think. Honestly, it switches which one I like more now and again. We've got Ares, we've got Dionysus, we've got Artemis. I don't think I really want Poseidon in my pool. I feel like you could make a joke about how you could mess it up with his ocean water or something, but ocean pools are awesome, so never mind.
Treating you all right, I take it, Prince.
Yeah, all right. Now, I could take the HP here, and that might be the best choice, but I want the meta progression more than anything. I think I can salvage this run.
Boldy, you can speak up if there's something on your mind, you know.
Boldy is a very verbose boulder.
Chat.
What did we get here?
Much obliged.
Ooh, damage reduction, 4%. I guess Boldy knows that we're hurting and he's trying to keep us alive. I appreciate that a lot, Boldy. Thanks for all the care you give us. All the support, all the love. This boulder is a best friend. This boulder is a friend. You know, here's something that I've been mulling over the idea of. I've been thinking about making, you know, the typical Hades runner tier list of the boons and the hammers and all that stuff. It's an idea I've been mulling over for a while because I have a lot to say. I feel like a lot of the people who do tier lists are kind of speedrunners or do the higher heats. But for a casual player, what do I think are among the best boons? And it would force me to think a little bit harder, certainly. So I think I may do that in the future. I don't know when, I don't know how. Athena I thought about because she could give us death defiances. That was the god I was thinking about. Okay. I think we take Hermes first.
What a steal.
Greater reflex. That's one extra dash. I like that a lot. Alternatively, I say I don't need survivability. I need damage, and I hunt for greater haste, hyper sprint, and rush delivery. But I think I'll take the extra dash. Not gonna look at gift Hermes in the mouth. Ina, honestly, I think might be worth taking here. She'll give us the survivability. I can get her on... Her attack is decent. It's not my favorite. I could get her 8 and then just turn my brain off and just watch me get free DPS. Not my best boon to get, but it's worth considering. Alternatively, I take her special and have an AoE blocking shield sort of thing. I guess we're not really offered much in the way of options. We'll take her attack then. Although Artemis's attack is so appealing with its crit chance. I guess we'll just depend on the 15% crit chance that Zagbo gives us at base. All right, let's see how quick we dispatch Meg. Or Electo, I guess.
Sisters?
Oh, good. I was just itching for a live one here, Trash God.
I'm more than alive. I'm electric. I don't know what I wanted to... Oh, I don't even know what I wanted to say there, Kiwi. Don't judge me too, Badge. Too badge. Don't judge me too, Badge, Kiwi.
Ready?
Maybe at some point we'll be offered a trade from... if we run into her, maybe Artemis will offer us a trade for her attack, and that would give us an... That's one of the only ways to get increased rarity on anything in this game. All right. Oh, I'm out of keepsakes. Oh, I am taking a lot of damage here. Let's bail out. I need to remember that I actually, in fact, have 3 dashes, so I can play a little bit more defensively than I was. I think one more shot and she's done. There we go. Okay, save the Death Defiance. That got sketchy a little quickly, but my brain turns off when they activate the like darkening cloud effect in these fights. I think that's a Tisiphone thing. It may be no, it must be an Electo thing. But either way, it just like my brain is like, I can't see anything. I'm safe.
Electo failed just as her sister did.
Which, objectively speaking, is not how that works. Okay, so our build is weird right now. It's not bad per se, but it's definitely not got anything to make it shine. I think, why don't we try and set ourselves up for Hunting Blades? Let's take Ares next.
Might help.
Restore Death Defiance is nice. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. Oh, I messed up. I was going to buy more Morts if I could. Because it looks like you have the option of doing so in the keepsake box. Oh, well, we'll have to run Elysium without him, and I think that's fine. Nothing here I want to sell for sure. I could buy an extra use of Mort, but I don't think it's worth it. The Yarn of Ariadne, though, is kind of appealing. I'm going to take that. Maybe we can get a higher tier Blade Rift. That would be cool. That would be really cool if we could get that. Or a higher tier Hermes boon of any nature. Honestly, Hermes still has a lot of boons that we could benefit from. The attack speed up might be nice, just so we can charge our attack faster on top of the dash strike enhancing the speed.
Change of scenery, at least.
Oh, would you look at the devil? Would speak of the devil? Would you look at the devil and speak of the Hermes? We're getting Hermes right now. Hopefully we get something appealing from him.
Spreaders.
And there is a reasonable chance that we see a third Hermes in Styx, which means I could potentially set up for greater reflex or rush delivery.
More, huh?
No guarantee, but double strike crit chance on the bow feels good, man. This is why I was talking about maybe liking her special better than anything else. I could just spam special and block all these projectiles, and not just block them, but reflect them. Still block them if they get hit, though.
Reward.
Somebody's on a tight deadline, I take it, Kaz? Courtesy of your father's pact. Well, you believe me, I know how that is, so I won't keep you. Just keep moving, right?
I completely forgot that I had tight deadline activated. Oh, we have a lot of appealing options here, actually. I think we take Hyper Sprint and set up for Rush Delivery. Since I'm going to be dash attacking non-stop, the Sturdy will give us 0.7 seconds of reduced damage, which is very helpful to us. I should probably consider the HP, but I already have 185 max HP. I think the coin's more valuable here. We have Athena in the pool. We have a core boon of Athena. She will offer us a Death Defiance at some point if we get another boon from her, probably, and I can always re-roll for it if not. Not to mention, if I have enough coin, I can buy one from the Wells of Charon. The game seems fairly generous in giving those away, so I think I don't need to worry too much about defensive options. And frankly, I just have to pay attention. I pay attention and don't like run face first into things. We're fine. But we're doing, if we crit, we're doing like 800 damage a full charged shot, which is pretty darn nice. Like, look at these guys. They're just getting melted by our crits. Like, even without Artemis attack giving us like a 40% crit chance, we are fine. Coin, palm, or shop. The palm would give us a sizable damage up on our attack. The shot sets us up for more Artemis. And we're looking for her Ares, so if Ares shows up in the shop, that's decent too. I feel like the palm gives us more, but I could get a palm. I can't afford a palm and a boon here unless I get a gold pot here. So let's see, do we get lucky?
Nearby.
Oh, right, I forgot we beat up Charon, which means we get everything discounted. We're getting both. Okay, palm first, get it on the attack. That's 16% more damage on the attack. Ares? Slicing shot. There we go. Cast sends a blade rift hurtling ahead. Alternatively, I just get the base damage on Urge to Kill, which is a 13% damage up. It's not a lot, but it is damage. Nah. Hunting Blade, it's too good to pass up. Let's take it. Oh, and here's an increased rarity. We're going to get a harder room, but an increased rarity Ares boon means there is a more than 0 chance that we get Hunting Blades immediately here, which would be amazing. Also, keep in mind, I have projectile reflecting attacks, which means I just melt the Witch's Circle. Not only do I just have damage that kind of one-shots their shields, I just reflect their damage back at them, and if I could get a shot off, I would kill them, but we're fine. There we go. Okay. Ares, what have you got?
Fine now, ladies.
There it is.
Dead you
Nope,
face
never mind.
perhaps forget themselves. Go then. Remind them of the agony which brought them to your realm.
So we're not getting the duo immediately offered, but I could reroll here. Alternatively, Blood Frenzy, 30% damage if I use a Death Defiance does sound like fun, but I think I use a reroll because, oh my goodness,
Let's see what
Hunting
else.
Blades. Nope, nope. Engulfing Vortex, though, your Blade Rift lasts longer and for 0.4 seconds longer and pulls foes in. That'll scale really well with Blade Rift if we get it, or with Hunting Blades if we get it, so I'll take that. Not to mention, it sets us up, now we can get his legendary as well. So there are 2 really good boons we could potentially see out of Ares now. So I think it's worth it. We are critting for 500 plus damage now. Awesome. 642. There we go. All right, so that literally means if I get a crit on both hits, I'm dealing 1200 per attack. And there we did. It just happened right there. So we just did, what was it, 567 times 2? So that's like just over 1100 damage in one hit. And we fire that off every attack. Not bad. Gotta love, like, I will maintain the bow is one of the best weapons in the game. It is so, it's got range, so you have inherent safety from that. You have a lot, and I mean a lot, of really strong hammers to the point where you rarely run into a situation where you wouldn't want to take a hammer. All right, this is a tricky decision. Dionysus is whatever. I mean, his call is about all I could care about, and then getting his duo with Artemis, that's decent. But I don't think it beats the trial, so he's out. The trial between Ares and Athena. Athena would give us a Death Defiance, or could give us make us have the ability to apply Exposed on enemies, so we get increased back attack damage. That could do a lot of damage. But Eurydice gives us the next 3 boons increased rarity, which sets us up really well for a bunch of potential duos, and I think that's the route to go. I'm gonna miss because Ares could have given us his legendary. I don't know, maybe this was a tough decision between the trial room and this room.
I never thought I would see her again. You are to thank for this, my friend.
You're very welcome, Morpheus. I think we take Refreshing Nectar here for sure, though. All right, and then it's the shop. Wow.
Later then, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I like having more boons regardless of rarity, so maybe this wasn't the right choice, but we'll see. I guess if we're offered Ares here and we get either Blade Rift or his legendary, it was the right choice. That's how we'll have to equate it. Or if we take Artemis and get anything from her, that's good. Like, ooh, if we got Hunter's Mark.
I got one.
Or honestly, pressure points would be decent too, just for more crit chance on everything. For then stacking, of course, it's Athena. I could care less about Athena right now, and I don't want to waste my, like, I can afford her. I should probably buy her, but
That's what I need.
I don't think she offers as much in the way of what I want. Probably take Deathless Stand here, honestly, because Blinding Flash. Oh, it's an epic level Blinding Flash. I'm taking it. Again, I'm not too worried about dying at this point in the run. Elysium, we'll see. Hades, why do I always call Hades Zeus by accident?
How's the old neck holding up?
I'm not worried about Hades. I think I can manage Hades just fine. So it's hard to get back attacks on Lerny because, well, actually, no, it's not. He's just kind of falling asleep there. You have to be careful about the heads because they come out attacking as soon as they spawn, but we are two-shotting the heads, which is kind of wild. Gotta love it. Yeah, look at that. We melt them. We're fine. The one downside about Hunting Blades, now that I'm thinking about it, is I did not take the type of soul from the mirror that gives us multiple shots. I think Hunting Blades is better when you have multiple shots. I guess, though, if we were to get Artemis's legendary, which we are not even remotely close to being set up for, we need pressure points, exit wounds, and or support fire. So we don't have any of those boons. So we need at least 3 boons from Artemis to even have a chance at seeing her legendary. So the odds of us getting it here are extremely underwhelming. All right, Kiwi, remind me when we get to our keepsake crate to try and upgrade Mort. That was an easy learning, and we're averaging about 5 minutes a run,
That's all the
or
heads.
a region right now, which considering Asphodel is supposed to be a shorter region, a faster region, actually doesn't necessarily mean we're that fast right now. All right, can I upgrade? I can.
There, Mort. There we go. Mort,
All right.
you are all set.
Mort is maxed out, which means we can use him 4 more times this run. Awesome. I don't really feel like I need to force Athena. If she shows up, she shows up. Similarly with Dionysus. Would take the Lambent Plume to try and set myself up for at least a little bit of rush delivery. We have Hyper Sprint. I honestly think that's the route I'm going to go here, because I'm going to get hit with Pierce Butterfly. And Distant Memory, I don't know if we can actually activate it, because we have our range reduced with the Twin Shot Hammer. I think it's really just, it's Skull Earring versus Lambent Plume at this point, and I'm not aiming to get low HP at this point in the run. So yeah, let's take Lambent Plume, see what we can get out of it.
Bad time to be a little short of coin.
But am I?
Do I still need these?
Nah, I don't want to sell any of this. And is there anything I would want to sell? I guess I could sell Premium Vintage, but or Blinding Flash would be decent to sell. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, let's save our rerolls because there are some really juicy duos out there that we're still looking for. Main ones being Dionysus duo and Artemis Ares duo. Or basically, Artemis's duos with Ares and Dionysus are what we're hunting for. Granted, I'll only really be able to use Artemis's duo with Dionysus if I get its call at this point. Could make it work at the special too. There is a hammer. All right, do we get our prophecy list finally filled out? Would be cool if we did. I think that might be a Steam achievement too. I should see what Steam achievements are left because I don't think I have very many left. We've kind of, like, there's obviously a lot of like meta progression type items still left to acquire to like really say we completed the game. But story-wise, we've completed it. Most of the achievements-wise, we've completed it. We got all the friendships, all the bonds fully forged. We've gotten all the aspect weapons built up. Obviously, we haven't maxed out the house. So there's a big kind of to-do list on that front. But we're getting there. We're getting there pretty fast. Ah, man, I am enjoying our damage. We did not get it, but we did get point blank shot, so that's going to significantly increase our damage. Explosive shot on paper seems appealing because it's more damage than point blank, right? And it doesn't require you to be right in someone's face. But consider the following. It charges up slower, and not just slower, substantially slower, to the point it's not. You can never get a fully charged power shot reliably. Point blank shot, twin shot, or triple shot are just like the wombo combo. Athena here is decent because, again, I could get a Death Defiance, but I think I'd rather get the coin and potentially be able to purchase an Ares or an Artemis or even a Dionysus at this point in the shop. Worst case scenario, the coin goes to a Death Defiance from the Well of Charon. But if I don't need it, I don't need it. I guess the question is, since I never see people run Mort in speedruns or like higher level play, I don't know when and where to use it. Obviously, mini bosses and bosses are probably going to make the most sense, but it takes so long to pop off. It only does 500 damage less than Meg, so or actually no, it's 1,000 damage less, isn't it? It does 3,500, which is pretty incredible damage. That's more damage than most Greater Calls fully charged and let loose on Zeus, or I call him Zeus again, on Hades.
That was my keepsake.
All right, let's see. More damage on the attack sounds appealing, and it would probably make it to the heroes. I'm gonna... Oh, but I wouldn't be able to... It's 32 coin. I wouldn't be able to afford something from the shop if I took it. All right, this is a mid shop, I think. It may be the end shop, but to be able to afford a Zeus boot... Oh, you know what? I made the same mistake as before. I have discounts because of beating Charon.
Should come in useful.
Okay, so here's the question. Drunken Flourish or Dionysus's Aid? Dionysus's Aid is substantially more damage. So it's probably better, but I can't use it rapidly. Drunken Flourish, on the other hand, is reliable, repeatable, and rapid, so I can stack it up very quickly if I'm going to go for the duo between Artemis and Dionysus. I guess the question is, if I don't take Dionysus's Aid, who do I want to take for aid? And the answer is still Dionysus, I think. Unless the Blade Rift effects that I got for stacking up Slicing Shot work on Ares' Call, which they very well might, honestly. I think I take Dio Aid. We'll do that.
Strong stuff.
And then Ares or Palm. We'll take Ares because there's a chance he gets there are so many things we want from Ares. Even another tier 2 on Blade Rift is decent. Not ideal. I'd rather see either his legendary or ideally his duo with Artemis. Realistically speaking, watch, we're gonna get the Dionysus Ares duo, which is just going to feel bad, man.
That one's really
Or actually, it's Curse of Nausea. Yeah, Curse of Nausea. So yeah, we could get it. We could get that duo instead. Here, we'll drop Dionysus's aid because that's going to do a whole bunch of extra damage. But like, look at those. If we crit on a point blank shot, we are just melting enemy. Even without critting, we are melting enemy HP bars. We're getting base 300s. That'll bump up. If we get a point blank shot with double crit, we're going to deal probably in the realm of 900 damage.
Lord Ares.
All right. We'll reroll once here, I think. Otherwise, we'll take whatever we get.
I'd like to see more options.
All right, no duo. Oh, black metal, excellent. So our Blade Rift effects deal damage in a wider area. That only leaves us with his duo and his legendaries things left to affect our, Oh, hi there. Ah, darkness, excellent, I'll take that.
Do not so much as think about it.
Just his duo with Artemis and his legendary are really the only things that affect Blade Rift at this point. Actually, you know what, this is probably a good time to cast Than. Everyone wants to stay near me, so try and pop their armor, and just, there they go. Perfect.
You waste my time.
There.
I waste my Thanatos.
Failed in darkness.
Cool, and that random nectar that popped out of there just gave me another 25 HP thanks to Premium Vintage.
Another challenger. Come get destroyed.
Another challenger, come get destroyed. I can say just the same to you, Asterius, and I think mine is a little bit more threatening. Like, here's the thing. Point blank shot does so much damage, but you don't have to use it every shot. You use it when it makes sense and when it's safe. Ideally, that's every time you can, but it doesn't have to be. Oh my goodness, there we go. 785 crit. So that means our maximum damage is about 1500 on an attack. I guess I should probably just long range shot him, but it's fine. What I'm trying to do is, because we have Athena on the attack, I'm trying to prioritize back attacks where I can, because that damage, that exposed damage modifier of 75% is nothing to sniff at. But we melted Asterius. I'm feeling pretty strong.
I got him.
I love the bow so much.
Did Dionysus truly visit you before? He tends to seek out revelry, not conflict. I'm pleased to know he's making himself useful here.
Well, I guess we're getting their duo? No, that doesn't sound like duo dialogue. Okay. I really don't care about any duos with Athena at this point, I think. Like, maybe her duo with Artemis could affect Blade Rift well, but it's weird. It's so weird. I still don't fully understand how her duo with Artemis works. It says it makes your cast now deal any bonus effects for dealing back attack damage automatically. But I don't know. You still need to get the back attack with them, and can you get a back attack with Blade Rift? Her duo with Dionysus, I think it slows projectiles down, which is funny, but doesn't really do much for us. So I guess the question is, do I reroll for... Nah, I don't reroll here, I think. I sit on it. So, her special. The only special I would consider taking over hers is Dionysus to more reliably apply hangover on enemies. And I think that's enough to consider not taking it at this point. So, we'll just take the 7% damage reduction. It's not amazing. It doesn't really do anything for us, and I can sell it for coin if I really want to when we're getting into sticks. That's probably what I will do. But yeah, look at those crits, man. It's only a 15% chance crit. The damage modifier from Athena is probably outpacing what Artemis's attack modifier would have been. But we do lose out on a 15% crit chance. So there are pros and cons to the way we've built. But I'm not going to complain. We've got the damage, and even if we crit only 15% of the time, if we do see Hunter's Mark, if we get Hunter's Mark going, our crit chance is gonna go up substantially. HP or Palm, we take the Palm for sure. I think we have more than proven that we are sitting pretty on this run. That said, if the enemy's like, we got the unfortunate moment of, ooh, you guys are all stacking together. I'm gonna hit you all really, really hard all at once, and then they all just instantly teleport because they have that what is it, benefits package boon. Oh my goodness. And the biggest issue is that they stagger you out of your attack, which is very frustrating.
Welcome.
It's fine. Every time we get Dionysus charged up, I'm not going to try and get his Greater Call. His Greater Call actually kind of falls off because he has a damage cap, right? He can only cast his attack, or he can only... Oh my goodness. I hate these enemies. I'm suddenly very mad. Would you kindly just line up and take your medicine? I don't know what I wanted to say there. Ooh, that's a lot of damage on Dionysus. Alternatively, though, I go for the bigger hits, which are funnier. I think I'm going to go safer and go Dionysus, though. We've got all that we need. So maybe I buy that Death Defiance. Maybe I buy that Yarn. I buy that Yarn. I guess I could technically buy both. We still have Athena on the table. I don't need to waste my money on that. It'll actually be cheaper to buy an Athena boon for 150, honestly. We'll take another Palm. I really don't care if I lose a Jet Defiance. If I lose 2 more, I'll be scared, but
No one's here.
never punished. We got a metal, what is it, a metal chamber? No, a fountain chamber. All right, so our Dionysus call is doing a lot of damage now. This is the end shop. We'll take the end shop because as funny as Dionysus is, he's not the god I'm building around at this point. I agree, Charon.
Give me a better boon.
That hit Battle Rage, and then we get Drunken Flourish, perfect. Alternatively, 68% bonus damage when we have 3 or more hangover afflicted enemies. I don't think that works for us because enemies are gonna get melted when they're hungover because our only source right now is Dionysus' Call. So let's go ahead and take the special. Now we can reliably apply poison to everything, or it's not poison, it's hangover, but we all know it's poison, let's be honest.
Gentlemen.
Mental Gen?
Behold, Asterius! Our hated enemy has come to be dispatched before a loving crowd once more.
Behold! I will never not hear the word behold, and I have permanently tainted the word behold in my head because of lorenzmug.mp4.
This thing is falling apart.
Yeah, it is. I'm melting your HP. Oh, hey. Oh, wait, I'm forgetting what I'm doing. Here.
Senators!
Pew Pew and Kaboosh. I meant to use that on Theseus's second phase. I kind of forgot what I was doing there for a second. All right, everyone is phased. Watch Theseus just disappear. And whoop! Oh, I got clipped. There we go. Never mind. There we go.
No!
Like, we have so much damage with this build. Goodbye. Oh man, our DPS is phenomenal, especially after our last run. Our last run was so painful. And how many stacks are we on Lambent Plume at this point? Already 7.2, so we have a decent chance of dodging it hits. Not bad.
The rest of your existence, Shades.
I will enjoy mine as well. All right, do we get to sell anything?
Boon's worth giving up.
Yeah, Bronze Skin, we'll sell that. I don't need the damage reduction, let's be honest. Ooh, another Yarn of Ariadne, let's take that. So I have to keep in mind that I have that active. I need to be mindful of which god I either buy from the shop or go down a chamber of sticks for. To the point where it may be worthwhile taking a coin chamber first if it means that I get the god I want from the shop. All right, we've not seen much in the way of chaos this run, did we? We didn't see much in the way of chaos, I guess, because chaos can't show up in sticks. I would love it if chaos could show up more often. Just imagine if every room was a chaos boon. Okay, Dionysus, I don't appreciate you just forcing yourself on us like this. Let's see. Did I set myself up for any form of rush delivery? Technically, yes, because I have the Lambent Plume. But that's it. We did not. We 2 runs in a row did not get to Hermes. We got unlucky with Hermes, honestly. There's a high rare. This is like the best chance of getting Blade Rift we could possibly ask for. Alternatively, we may just see his legendary. I would prefer Hunting Blades over. I call it Blade Rift again. I would prefer Hunting Blades over his legendary in terms of what it will do for us. But we'll take what we get. We'll take what we can get. I guess at the bare minimum, we should be able to see Dionysus's legendary, or not legendary, his duo with Artemis, because we have a fair number of chances of getting it at this point. This is the funny thing, you can just kind of camp in your like cast like this, and they can't even touch you. These rats die in one hit. Oh, they touched me. Never mind. I thought I was clever. I was in fact the fool. I feel like that's something I can say very often in life, sadly. That said, a shame we didn't see any more Artemis. I would have loved, like, Athena was really aggressively trying to show up this run. Did we get, actually, have we only gotten 1 Artemis boon this whole run, frankly? No, we must have 2. I think we have 2, but that's it. Goodbye, enemy, with your armor and everything else. You never stood a chance. Oh, well, I never stood a chance of avoiding that poison, I suppose. Try and get in point blank range so that I can deal those enhanced 150% more attack damage attacks. And then on top of that, back attack where possible. Got to avoid the poison. I'm reflecting their projectiles, but I'm also taking hits from them, so not great. That definitely hit me. Why didn't I get poisoned?
Olympus, I accept this message.
I need to remember to continue to use Dionysus's call when it's available. Urge to kill, 16% more damage. Wait, don't fall for it, Jeff. That we came here for a reason.
What else we got?
I knew he was gonna. Look, literally, it's all 3 boons that I would want: Urge to Kill, Hunting Blades, and Vicious Cycle. So funny of you, Ares, but we said what we're taking. We're taking Hunting Blades. Let's go.
Let's just go down this Satyr hole.
Like, again, we're not going to see the best damage out of Hunting Blades because we didn't get any levels on top of Hunting Blades. 2, we're taking, I forget if it's Stygian Soul or Infernal Soul, but whatever soul it is, we took the soul that does not synergize as well with Hunting Blades unless you have Athena or Chaos giving you extra cast stones, which we most certainly did not. I believe we had an offer to get them from those 2 at some point, or not Athena, but from Chaos specifically. But I didn't take it because we were not going a cast build. We just happened to kind of stumble into the best cast in the game. I mean, actually, is that the case? I would maintain that Hunting Blades is by far one of the best duo cast builds in the game. Which is why I would love to see what I had happen with the Ares Beowulf build that we just ran, episode, I think it was 117. I would love to see that happen on... I think I reroll here, honestly, right? I reroll here so that I can maybe get more attack ups.
I would like none of these.
Cast gains 50% damage, Ignited Ichor 20% move speed. Those are all really good for us if we get rush delivery from that Hermes boon that's just sitting loftily out in the shop. I was honestly saving up for either the Palm or Dionysus, but I think it's probably worth just taking the Hermes boon now.
Oh, good. It's still fresh.
All right, so we are at almost 500 coins. Sadly, we're a little short, but a little short is still not what matters. Okay, let me confirm. Would I don't have any rerolls, darn. Okay, never mind. So I guess, do we take God Gauge or do we take attack faster? I think we're going an attack build. I mean, Dionysus's call is insanely strong, but if I can attack 30% faster... Wow, that's fast. Okay, I like that. Or it doesn't do anything and I'm just copiuming myself right now. But is there anything I really want from here? I could go for Athena and just try to get that Defiance. We don't need it. Let's not waste our time.
Power of Olympus.
Our final Palm goes on to either 5% damage consistently with Hunter Dash, with our Dash Strike, or 15%, but only if I kill something before I hit the next target. I think Hunter Dash is the way to go. Consistency is better.
The monster's solitary weakness, Satyr's axe, proved terribly effective once again.
All right, let's watch us melt Hades with some bow shenanigans.
See you, boy.
I love the bow so much, Kiwi. Like, I don't know. I think overall, if I look at all the aspects across the board for each weapon, the bow is my consistent favorite weapon. The rail has my overall favorite individual aspects. Hestia and Eris, in other words.
Not one of my overseers managed to stop you again.
I think the main... Oh, so he said, must I do it myself? I accidentally skipped through that. I think the thing about it is like, the rail would win. The rail would actually win this competition of what is my favorite, like, weapon overall, if it weren't for the aspect of Zagreus on the rail. The aspect of Zagreus is just... There's no reason to take it unless you hate the reloading mechanic. But I have gotten so used to reloading, especially being like a Hestia main, if you will, that there's like no benefit to it to me. Like, if I'm gonna take the Zagreus rail, I may as well just take the Hestia rail because it will outperform in every capacity. Similarly, the Eris rail. The only one I could consider taking instead would be like comparing them, I guess, is Lucifer. But even then, like, man, Lucifer is strong. I've had some insane builds. I mean, we call it the Super Soaker build, the Sea Storm Poseidon attack build. And it just does so much damage. And I found some really funny synergies, like getting Athena on Lucifer's special. You get that on the special and it's pulsing reflect, so like nothing can use projectiles in your vicinity. It is like the most hilariously anti-projectile build in the game, I would say. At least in my opinion. There are probably other ones that I'm not considering. I'm gonna save up Dionysus's Greater Call. We have it now. Watch the damage this is gonna do to this poor god.
All of the help that you can get.
Oh, Hades, don't be salty. You're just upset that I'm so strong. Like, look at him. He is taking 169 damage, I think, per half a second. Classic frat boy mentality of Dionysus to, of course, drop the 69s. But like, look at us. He never stood a chance. We are critting hard. And we got the lemon plume. Hee hee.
Why? I was much stronger once than this. I'll get you yet.
I don't know if he's making reference to Extreme Measures 4 or just him in the past when he fought the Titans. But there we go, another win. 74 win streak. Nice. All right, so what won us this run? Basically all of the things adding up at once, I think. I think, honestly, this is pretty much it, isn't it? I mean, we got hunting blades, but it literally did nothing for us, or it didn't do nothing for us. Let me just confirm, where is Battle Rage for a second? I'm gonna take that one off briefly, just so I can see what these are. Blinding Flash, no. Engulfing Vortex, no. Swift Strike is kind of cute. Man, I wish we had Rush Delivery. That would have been so much extra damage. But I think, honestly, that's probably all we need to show. Yeah, let's go ahead and put Battle Rage on. We had a very stacked attack. Not to mention, we also got this. Sadly, we didn't get to use Ignited, or we got this, which gave us a 30% attack boost, I think. Sadly, we didn't get Ignited Ichor to pop off with Hermes giving us a greater Rush Delivery, that's the word. But nonetheless, pretty fast run, too. Average about 5 minutes a room, just slightly over, so we wouldn't have made tight deadline 3 completely.
Imagine, if you will, the underworld prince soon meets one of his typical ignoble deaths.
But we would have been pretty darn close to doing it, yeah. All right, let's do our house run.
Thank you.
And call it a day. No Hypnos today. Okay, he must be on break. What time is it?
It's 7:48 right now, I guess.
It feels like it's 7:48 most of the times I check. I'm pretty sure the last time I checked this, it was 7:48.
Let your instincts take over while you're out there.
I still find it hilarious that they don't actually tell you time of day or night. He did it again.
For all the carnage that you sowed are already underway.
Well, since this was a relatively fast run, why don't we do some shopping while we're here? So, what do I want to buy here? All right, I've bought out everything in the Great Hall, it seems. But then it's mostly the West Hall we have left to buy, I think. Rug, earthy, adds a touch of grit to the West Hall.
Here's the fee. A fine hallway requires a fine rug, I always say. I say it sometimes.
Are you quite
finished alternating the rugs? No, actually. Rug, Elysian. I didn't read the description on that one, sorry.
I absolutely need to get this rug. Right over there.
Okay, that one looks kind of nice. I think I like the one that we had before we bought any first. Rug Chthonic adds a touch of comfort to the West Hall.
Here you go. By my decree, this house is not a house without this rug.
Okay, that's kind of pretty too, but I don't think it matches the walls. I'll leave the blasted rug alone, is what Hades said. I wish you could hear Hades, but it's proximity, so you need to be close to him, so you can only hear him when you're standing by the contractor. Maybe if I kind of go from this angle, we're a little bit closer to him, so we hear a little bit more. All right, mirror guard post. House decor makes the path across the house look twice as long.
Contractor, work approved. If anybody needs to see their own reflection down the hall, well, now they can.
That's all Akiri has.
Contractor alone.
That's all Achilles had to say. Pedestals gilded makes display pedestals display worthy themselves.
Work approved. I think those pedestals over there are just a bit too modest for my tastes.
I do suppose that gold suits those sufficiently.
I do suppose that gold suits those sufficiently, is what Hades said there. House, chair, death-like, adds seating near the southwest balcony.
Let's go with this. Perhaps Death Incarnate would like to take a load off every now and then.
Thanatos would never sit down.
Cool, we can sit down next to Than now. Oh, actually, it just said Thanatos would never sit down on the job like that. That's what Hades responded with. Recliner Death-like adds plush comfort near the southwest balcony.
Oh, I think Thanatos would love this one. Or totally ignore it.
Thanatos
is far too industrious to require such a thing. Rug Death-like adds melancholy flooring near the southwest balcony.
Let's go with this one then. Should soften up that corridor down there.
Thanatos has no need for such embellishments.
Nice. This is looking very well. I think I didn't read that one, but I think it was something along the lines of Thanatos has no need for such establishments. Down with the establishment. All right, let's buy something expensive and call it a day. Painting God of the Dead depicts the likeness of Lord Hades himself.
Let's do it. Since this is Father's house, it's only fair the walls be slathered with his sour look.
You dare to thusly mock me, boy.
You dare to thusly mock me, boy. Me boy, oh. All right, sculpture, heroic, impresses, even inspires onlookers.
Approved.
Where's that going?
Seen the famous Heracles about, and so let's have a marble effigy of him instead.
Daedalus ought to stick to chamber work.
Daedalus ought to stick to chamber work. Is Daedalus the one who's building all this? All right. We've got a couple more things to buy, but why don't we call it there? We've got most things bought at this point. Apparently there is still stuff that I could buy from the Great Hall, since this isn't checked off. But what is it? Weird. Maybe I haven't unlocked it yet? I'm unclear. No matter. We'll figure that out another day. Let's go ahead and say goodnight to the last couple people we have to talk to.
About ready to go another round with me out there?
You know it, Meg.
Oh, hi. From the reports I've seen, it looks like you've been doing such great work out there.
Hey, Hypnos is on the board again.
Nice work, Hypnos.
Hypnos, 2 days, two runs in a row. Good for him. We'll take those gemstones.
To pass up.
Then let's turn in our fish. I don't think I've pet Cerberus yet, so let's go do that.
Day or night.
3 keys. Not really that exciting.
Cerberus makes no attempt to move.
Frankly, neither does our Chroma Cat.
Boy. More pets are certainly in order here.
Alright, sadly we did not get the minor prophecy fulfilled that we were aiming for, but there will always be many more bow runs, and I'm not going to complain about how this run went.
My faith in you has never faltered, child.
I still maintain the notion that I would absolutely love to see the option to reroll hammers, but I understand why you don't. They're just so objectively strong, and if you keep locking yourself into the same hammer build over and over again, you're losing out on some of the creativity that these builds can sometimes lead to. All right, we're going to run an aspect of Lucifer next run. Like I said, I enjoy running it. We'll see what we get. I'll figure out what god I'm going to run on it later. But with all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, wait, Skelly.
Less prattle, more battle, boyo. Give me all you got.
And I will see you in the next one.